Good morning. Good. Oh boy, I should have taken a sip of water. Good morning, everybody. It is, let's see, January 12th. It's 10 a.m. The weather is crisp and cool. Listen, I wanted to start the show today to just acknowledge these Andrew Callaghan allegations. I've asked Doug and Vic to step out because I didn't want them sitting behind me, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to look. But I also want to apologize for not speaking about this, for any of us speaking about this. I think, it's been a very painful week for us and very difficult experience to process it. And we didn't want to just rush out and say something that felt insincere or, kind of like crisis person told us what to say kind of thing. That I don't think that's helpful. And we just want to wrap our heads around it and talk about it and try to understand it more. But of course, we're aware of the allegations. We take them very seriously. And it's just been very sad and just, disappointing, to say the least. I just want to clarify a couple things. We, have no professional relationship with Andrew at this time and have no plans going forward to have any relationship with him. Our role with him is we produced the film that a lot of you guys have seen. There's been a little confusion about the Channel 5 name. That's Andrew's name, Channel 5. It has nothing to do with Eric and I's Channel 5 name. That was a bit of confusion for us as well. But we did produce the movie, and I feel terrible that this film now has these allegations tied to it because some very good people worked very hard on it. But it's just a movie, and I want to say that we believe these women that came forward and of course totally condemn the type of behavior that Andrew's being accused of. And I believe that's up to Andrew to address these allegations and do so openly and honestly. And I really hope he does, do that as soon as possible. And that's really all I have to say about it right now. We're not going to talk about it during the show. That's why we didn't start with the opening. That's why Vic and Doug aren't here. I'm going to try to, as Vic says, put these negative thoughts and acknowledge them and try to have fun and know that this is something that Andrew has to address. I just also finally want to say, I have a daughter, and as I read about this stuff and learn about this stuff, it's the last thing in the world that I'd want to have happen is what's been talked about in this with these allegations. And I have a son, and I want to make sure that as we raise him, my wife and I raise him, that we raise him to understand and respect women and grow up to be a good and honorable person. And finally, I just wish, peace and love for everybody involved. It's a terrible situation, but it's happening, in real time, and we're trying to process it like everybody else is. So that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for listening and understanding where we're at. I know I'm a bit emotional about it because it's just been very difficult. And but I'm going to shake it off, and we're going to start the show. Thank you, everybody. Let's start the show, boys.
I like having fun. I like to laugh. I like to meet people who can make me laugh. I
Okie dokie. Good morning. Good morning again. Good morning again. We've got a great show. We've got Atsuko coming in. Tremendous stand-up talent, and one of the it's going to be an honor. She's running a little late.
She's here.
Oh, she is.
I think I just saw her come in.
Well, let's invite her in.
Is my drops up?
My drops are muted.
Come on,
Put
guys.
my drops up.
Goodness.
We can't have the show without drops. There we go. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
I didn't sleep at all.
Glad to be here.
I've
Glad
looked
to be
at the
here.
darkest things
Glad
I
to
could
be here.
possibly
How are you? How are you guys
for
doing?
a long time. Bowie.
Let's talk. Let's
I'm,
let's throw it to Vic for his
yeah.
weather update. How did
Oh boy.
we
yeah.
had a tremendous amount of rain the past few days in Southern California. It was a
most-
big national news.
That I've seen since I've been here. Yeah.
And
yeah.
You had some flooding.
It's a
Let's just get that out of the way.
Major issues. That's the flooding.
Flooded here.
Past 3 days, I've been cleaning up water. I had like 3 inches of water in the bedroom. A lot of towels.
Sure, it wasn't piss.
I mean, I'm not saying there wasn't piss. They got pretty wet. Everything got wet. And now I'm in the process of running the heat and fans and dehumidifiers and just really drying the hell out of the place. So that's what's happening there. But I took a walk yesterday for the first time down to the LA River. Do you know about this? Like the drainage
I
area?
love going to the river when it's raining because it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like a
It was like the Colorado
River.
River down there.
yeah, it's crazy. It's like
It was
I
the
always think it's
Mississippi.
Terminator 2, right? You know, but it's cool. I took Rosie down, and the water's just draining out, and you can just walk level with it. It's kind of interesting, kind of worth coming to LA for, I must say.
Well, can we bring in Doug? Your rain experience was normal.
Pretty normal, yeah.
Atsuko.
Hello.
Oh my God!
Hi, look.
Can I? You sit right here.
Oh, yes.
What the hell are we going to do without
How's
men?
it going?
And
It's going great. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
You're getting plugged in. Thank you for being
what are we going
here.
to do without chips?
Thank you for having me. I love chips. Thank you for...
You need to just settle in, don't you?
Yeah, no.
I don't even think you have a microphone on.
Is she mic'd?
I think I am.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I hear
There
something
is
there.
one.
There it is.
Yeah. Should I speak like this?
No, I think you sound great. I think you sound great.
Yay.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm sorry we didn't get to meet beforehand.
No, I'm always like barely making it, and so I apologize for just getting
You run
here.
late generally.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that, you know?
Why do you think that is? Do you think that you have a certain selfish disrespect for other people?
Oh, that or a blind
We're
optimism.
going right in. on
Blind
this.
optimism came to mind, and then you said something so different.
Yeah, no,
It's
no.
probably both. No, I have.
I
yeah.
despise tardiness.
Oh yeah.
I think it's disgusting.
I feel like I'm back in school.
Yeah, I know you're in trouble.
Mr. Principal.
Do we want to just take a Zoom real quick
Nice.
or not?
All right, PFR, you are on.
PFFR.
Hi, guys.
What's this? I hear a slapback, boys. I can't
Sorry,
think of
let
anything
me mute
unless
my
I want to
feed.
hear.
How do I get it to be quiet?
And by the way, let me
rockabilly-
acknowledge our old intern, Alec, is in the Mac chairs. in
Good
Captain
morning,
Carlin
guys.
area.
Back.
And let me say something to you. It is good to have you. Yeah. Matt Carlin is perhaps never coming back. He's in Australia.
Still
Have you been to
staring at
Australia?
kangaroo balls.
Never. No.
Well, he's staying far away.
Far away. Barely hear
our
from him in the
producer.
text chain. He's taking off.
We have a Zoomer. Hey, sir, with the glasses.
Hi, sorry. I was trying to figure out how to turn the slap back off, but I don't know if it worked.
No, it's not on
Regardless-
you. It's never on you.
Okay. Good to talk to you again, boys. Atsuko, I am a newer fan, but a pretty big one. I loved your stand-up special.
Oh,
Followed you on
thank
Twitter.
you.
Just a triumph. Really, really great.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Based on a part of your stand-up, I wanted to ask the Trinity a question.
Oh boy.
Atsuko mentions that she stands in a certain corner of her apartment just because, she pays for it. So I'm wondering, after watching her special, where do each of you, Tim, Doug, and Vic, stand in your homes just to appreciate the fact that you pay for it?
Vic stands in his flooded garage.
I do. You know what I did? The flood forced me to move my desk where I work into the center of the room. And after I dried the whole thing out, I just decided to stay there. So now I'm like in the center of the room.
Yeah.
And there's this empty area across from me. Like, who cares? I'm the only one that sees it.
You got some
seems
depth.
all right. Now,
You
yeah.
were forced to feng shui.
Exactly.
So let me
So I'm
understand this.
enjoying
Where
it
do
now.
we stand in our homes to appreciate that we live there?
Atsuko has a bit where she talks about, right, Atsuko, where you just like stand in this a corner of one room and just revel in the fact that you pay for that corner. So you're trying to get like as much use out of the space as you can.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm wondering,
Oh, I see.
Doug, Tim, and Vic, is there a space in your home that you're like, I'm going to just occupy this for a moment just because I can?
I stand in my toilet.
Stand in it.
I stand in it.
I
No.
would say I have a small room in our home that is currently just piled with junk and stuff we're trying to figure out what to do with. And it would be a great room to sit in and work,
Yeah, just to be like
like a day room or something, or like a little, not even an office, just like a couch. I could sit in there, and it hasn't happened in years. It
I have
just
some
continues.
outdoor
Excuse
spaces.
me.
You said hasn't happened in years. End of sentence.
No.
Then I come in.
I heard both of you. Look, I hear all of you. Okay, I acknowledge every single one of you. I'm looking at all 5 of you right now, including you.
I am so pleased that I don't have to deal with
Not being heard.
with looking at Doug.
Oh, we're looking at Doug.
Unbelievable.
Those are good spots. Those
I
are good
spend
spots.
such a ridiculous amount of time lying in bed. I want to talk to more creative people about this. When you're not, you work at night a lot because you're doing stand-up. And my bed is the most comfortable place for me to be.
Sure.
Like, what's the difference between sitting in my bed and sitting on a chair? Except
Except you fart more when you're in bed.
Yeah. So I end up just like propped up sitting on my bed. If I'm texting with you or writing
That's where you
something
are.
or doing phone calls, what the hell am I supposed to, where am I going to, so am I going to go sit in a chair?
I mean, well, that chair you paid for. I think with the joke, it's more like all these dollars that are just sitting empty that you haven't touched in a while. When was
problem
the
is-
last time you touched your ceiling? That's like,
We have a
however
beautiful,
much money.
we have a beautiful home.
yeah.
But aside from the bed, all the seating in our homes are metal folding chairs.
Oh, right.
It's just a choice you made.
That's still money. Metal is money.
Metal's money. That's our quote for the day.
I go up to I have a little attic that you just like, move this little door and you go up, and you can't really stand it or really even be in it. But I always like dream of being like Chevy Chase and like Christmas Vacation, like going through old
going through
films and stuff like
Remember that movie?
but-
He puts on all the old. He puts on the old makeup.
Yeah, then he falls.
when
He
puts
crashes
on,
through. He puts on the makeup and he looks. Yeah, he puts. I don't know. Puts
on the makeup.
I think that there could be more out of the house. I think I could.
Well, that is
have
a.
had
You know
it,
what? Let me
I mean?
just acknowledge the Zoomer and say, what a great question.
Very good question.
I have a rat that was
Thank you.
utilizing the unused spaces in my house.
A rat?
Oh.
Yes.
Rat.
That's what. Yeah, I think that's also a part of like my philosophy. If there's a spider, a rat, let it be there.
I have a spider, actually a giant spider web in the corner in one room that I let live. He's like my pet, and it took over. It's massive. But this rat, I couldn't. I tried to be humane. I put up a humane trap. He's smart. He was like eating around.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get caught, and I had to go DEFCON 3. I had to go DEFCON.
Oh my God.
Is the humane trap you in a bathing suit with cheese stuffed everywhere? And
I would
going,
love to
hey,
see
mousy,
that.
mousy.
It was
One
like
of
a
those
little.
big yellow.
It was a thing it goes
triangles
into, and then
Yeah,
it's.
you look like you're really into that one football team.
The Packers.
Packers, yeah. But
Cheeseheads.
it's just a humane way to trap a rat.
Atsuko, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself? I mean,
Besides being into,
big HBO
Packers.
special that came out, big stand-up special, and this has been huge. Let's just
you.
admit it.
thank you so much. Yeah, that's the most recent thing I think about me.
Yeah.
And then, well, already they're like, get back out on tour. Get back out there,
I
bitch.
see you're going on tour.
I am.
I'm going to promote that right now.
Oh,
Let's
thanks,
see.
Tim.
What do we go to? ATSKO?
Oh, there's a U in between. It is
Oh,
silent.
right.
It
I
is
know that.
silent.
Talk about that silent U.
Oh
Can you
my
explain?
gosh.
It's got to be the bane of your existence.
I didn't make it up. Whoever made up, that,
Right.
the English spelling would have a U, but it's silent.
I'm getting these dates. I'm seeing lots of pictures. If I Google.
Oh my gosh, my ex will probably pop up.
Why don't
For
we
some
do
reason-
this? Why don't we go to her website so the audience can see it? Because there are a lot of promotional stills.
Gosh,
You can buy it on iTunes at
This tour
Amazon.com.
starts soon. And we're seeing sold out dates. I see the sold out dates.
Whoa.
So good luck, San Francisco. Houston, there's a few spots left,
Yes,
we can assume.
yes.
But that tour, how are you going to be touring around?
Well, by plane, by foot, by car. Is that what you mean?
Well, yeah. Are you going? It's just you. You don't have an entourage or anything like that.
Oh, my husband actually comes with me.
What does he do the whole time?
He's sort of he's become sort of my
Handler?
tour manager. Yeah, handler,
Is everything okay?
feeder.
Do you need it? Do you need anything?
father,
Photographer,
Is the
filmer.
hummus?
photographer, filmer.
Is the hummus all right?
Yes, yes,
You happy with the hummus?
yes. He's exactly just you. Sorry, that was spooky. The way you asked
Do I
that.
look like him?
I thought Ryan was here.
How does he like that transition for him? Was it a natural thing to?
It was natural. Yeah, he's an artist too, and so he really understands sort of the different things I may need at different times, the process, you
Right.
know. And so, yeah, he's just super supportive and.
You're no artist.
Yeah, I am an artist.
These guys are going to do that. By the
No,
way.
I know,
Okay,
know,
you
but
know.
I have a tendency. I want everyone to. When I said I want, I see you, I hear you. I want everyone to be heard. So that might be a problem throughout this show, where I acknowledge every sound that gets
Yeah, I know.
made,
And we've had
okay?
people in who
That's
are like,
me.
what was? You're going to get used to it. You're going to forget. Hopefully, the audience forgets about it.
I just want everyone to be heard.
Artist, Mom.
Yeah.
But
Let
yeah.
me say this. So he's transitioned to this role in your life. Does it create a power dynamic that you're going to have to address at some point?
No.
I don't know why you're being so combative with you. You know, I just
So now that he's
suddenly
a sub,
you're suddenly a Mike Wallace with you. You didn't deserve that.
no, it's fine. You know, it started with is it because you have disrespect for people? You know,
I know.
I'm in a
I'm
hot
coming in
seat.
hard on you. And
Is this chair on
What the hell are
fire?
we gonna do without men?
I just stop with that. We have Jordan Peterson news that we want to get to.
Of course.
Are you a fan of his?
Oh, Jordan Peters.
Yeah.
Do I know Jordan
Peterson?
Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson.
I don't know. So I'm
You sound. I want to live in this state of
of
bliss,
confusion, living it under a
of
rock.
ignorance,
Okay,
and not being so attuned to the.
I need
zeitgeist.
I need face, stories, and names. That's how I put together.
Oh my God! I don't know what you're looking at.
I
Okay.
think I'm looking at a picture of him.
Wake up.
you are.
No, I feel like in a weird way. So, okay, yes. Because I'm this oblivious thing you're talking about, my husband does sort of need to come with me places, or else I think I'd be dead in a ditch. I'm kind of a ditz, you know?
Yeah.
I'm very trusting, blind optimism, you know? I want everyone to be heard. Oh, yes, sir. You have a flat? Yeah, I'll come take a look at it. You know, I'm
Right.
kind of like that kind of person. But that's how people go missing, you know?
Yeah.
So, right? And so he just sort of comes with me, and so therefore there is no weird like power dynamic.
Yes.
Because
You enjoy spending time with him?
yeah, we're best friends. You know, we're very like 12.
I
you
liked
know?
your bit you did about this.
Yeah.
About marriage. It's almost a very kind of Carlin-y kind of perspective. Like I don't know. Just it reminded me of that because you know it's very very clever and smart to like boil down the idea of marriage to this childish idea of life.
Right.
Should I do the bit?
We could take turns like every other word.
Yeah. Marriage, it brings us together. No. But yeah, it is true, this idea
Yeah,
that
that
like
marriage is childlike.
we're gonna split everything up and we'll split it in half and you can have half and we're gonna spend every day together. It is like the way my kids think about marriage or just their friends. You know?
Right. It's a very childlike mentality.
Yeah.
And
But we should all live in a childlike state of mind.
I think so too. We should all get married, is what Tim is saying.
I wish I could marry you right now.
Oh, that's nice.
Love you.
Did you have some news from Alec Baldwin? I think you wanted to chime in on something.
Oh yeah.
Kind of interesting.
Alec,
yeah.
now I know Alec.
Oh, we have him on the line.
1 second here.
I would like as many of you as possible.
Wait, start over.
I would like
I'll introduce him to the show.
We gotta
Yeah.
pick up.
Great.
Oops.
Alec
I
Baldwin,
would
thank you
like
for
as
calling
many
in.
of you as
I know you quickly wanted to say you have a request for our audience.
I would like as many of you as possible. I would like a really great surge of people to follow my wife on Instagram. Would you do that for me? Would you follow my wife on Instagram? Please. I would like as many of you as possible. I would like a
Right
really
away, sir. Right away.
Oh,
I think we should do it. I don't know who
Everybody
his
do
wife
it.
is. Who's his wife?
Please. Yeah, I
Hilaria.
don't know.
It's Hilaria.
Mrs. Alec Baldwin.
Hilarious.
Mrs. Baldwin.
Mrs. Baldwin.
Yeah, probably. She probably goes by that. MRS.
Mrs. Baldwin. She's a product of, or she's a controversial character, right?
Is she really?
I don't know. There was
She's
a whole
married to
thing
a
about
Baldwin,
her
so, yeah.
faking her cultural appropriation.
I heard she swapped out the
yeah.
bullets.
With the
Say,
Oh!
say
I
you.
just this is what I read. I don't.
as she would say. No, I could. No me? Is that
Careful.
Spanish?
Be careful.
No, of course.
Where are you
How do
from?
you say cucumber?
Are you from Japan, or did you grow?
Pepino.
Were you born here?
I was born in Taiwan and then I grew up in Japan, but only till I was 10. I've been
That's
in
a
that-
long time.
Ringo Starr.
That is a long time. That is a long time. And Ringo Starr. Oh, because the Beatlemania really hit Japan.
Only there
yeah.
for
Let me
some
tell
reason.
you.
I don't know why it wasn't more popular anywhere else.
Beatlemania. Really. Well, you know, because they just were so stoked about Yoko, like Yoko being seen.
Yes, and you know what Ringo means? Well, Ringo
Means
is apple.
Thank you.
Isn't there that commercial?
Well,
he
that's
did?
just from that commercial, the
Oh, it
Japanese
is.
commercial.
Ringo.
where-
Ringo Starr.
Star.
Oh, yes, yeah. See, we put it together. I was
Yeah.
just trying to make sure you don't fire Vic for that. For
At
that.
10 years old, you ran away from home.
I ran
on
away.
You hid yourself in a storage compartment on a big
Mm-hmm.
oil tanker, and came to Los Angeles to make it as a stand-up comedian. The youngest stand-up comedian in American history.
That's right. At 10 years old, I said, Hollywood, is there a star for me?
Not yet, but there will be.
Yeah. And so, just like Paddington Bear, you know, you
Yeah.
just described the story of Paddington Bear to me. He was put on a boat.
You know, it's funny. I love that Paddington movie.
Oh, me too.
The second one I saw first, believe it or not.
Same here.
And it's a bone of contention in the home because the kids don't like it.
What?
My kids don't like that movie.
Oh, what
And
happened to their...
I know. They like everything else. And because I really can't like really handle a lot of these movies, these kids' movies. They drive me nuts. But that one I really love. I think it's a legitimately great movie. The second one. And the first one too. But it's like a... Right, Vic?
Yeah, it's made by the dude who did Mighty Boosh.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
And what's this? Paddington's
What's
got a
his name?
raincoat on. What's his deal?
Yeah,
He's got a raincoat on. He speaks with a British accent.
no pants.
But when he first came here, you know, they asked, hey, what do you go by? And he goes, rah. And, you know, it's an immigrant story. He
Yeah, it
comes
is.
here from dark Peru, a place called Dark Peru. And then on a ship because he's a refugee, and he gets here and they're like, what do they call you? And he goes, my name is Raw, because he's a bear. And they go, we can't pronounce that. How about you go by Paddington? And I'm like, that's what happened to me. Like I felt seen. It's like a pretty deep movie.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why your kids don't like it because they're,
Privileged ass kids.
anti-immigrant. No.
That reminds me of
They have
that
cold
reminds me of
hearts.
that old racist joke.
Oh, great. No,
Why do so many Italians have the name Tony? Because they wrote in their suitcase to NY, New York.
Oh.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
never-
Well, I mean,
is that racist? I don't
that's
know. if
more
it's
of like
racist.
a Doug wordplay
Yeah.
joke than anything. But I'm not the one to make those calls.
That's from
Yeah,
Blanche
hey.
Knott's Truly Tasteless Jokes, if you remember that book.
It
I
is.
do remember.
Do you remember that?
Those
Those are amazing.
I used to get those taken away from me.
I used to get them at the library. Bethlehem Library had all these Blanche Knott books, and I would just take them out when I was like 6 or 7.
So you.
That's why we're here today.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly. I'd read all the
That's
Polish
the one that's
jokes.
stuck in your mind.
That's
Yeah.
what happened to the main character in The Heights. These are the things I watch. But Usnavi is the main character's name because when his dad was younger and he moved to the States, he saw a military boat. It said U.S. Navy. So he just called his son Usnavi. Thinking
Oh my God.
And and so I love these stories. I love the Tony. I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
How about Tony and Maria from West Side Story?
Oh my gosh.
Love them too.
Tony.
I
don't know.
saw.
Tim, you should have called your son Tim's son.
Yes, like in Iceland, they
Yes.
do that. That's everyone's last name. Isn't that so wild? You will be
First name though, that would be cool as a first name.
We need to do an
that's right. Change shit up.
etymological look into Heidegger, which is my last
Yeah.
name, Heidegger.
Yeah.
And some people want to know if I'm related to Martin Heidegger with the
Sure.
two G's,
Oh.
who was a famous philosopher and a bad guy.
Wow.
He was in like the Nazi
How
scene.
bad?
I like Hitler.
Stop that.
And you think that's why someone in your family said, "No, we're gonna drop the two G's."
Yeah.
If we drop the two G's,
We got to separate ourselves from this guy.
yeah.
Distance ourselves from Martin Heidegger, give me one of his philosophies.
You got to drop the G from
Oh,
the
God, I
Angus
don't-
Steakhouse, T.
That's
Yeah, I
right.
know.
Drop the G's, add a CK.
Yeah.
That always works out. That's
And then
better.
here we are now. I'm getting bombarded with. Could you speak to the Martin Heidegger's philosophy on race? No, I don't know the guy.
I don't know. I've never met the guy.
Hey, I've never associated him with you.
Thank you. And now people will look him up. I think he's a bad guy. I mean, who are these? Who were these philosophers?
Where you from?
That people were just listening to.
Yeah.
How did they get so many followers? Like, did they just speak? Hey,
Typing away. I think this. I think that.
yeah.
I think this.
I am
And
therefore. Reality is only a
That's a good
perception.
title for a book.
I think this, I think that.
This. I think that.
Metal is money.
Perspective on this. What is real? What is not real? The interaction between. I think it was like a stopgap between religion and science. Because science doesn't really come, like real modern science doesn't come up until like the 1800s, where you have the scientific method
Yes.
and a real organization of.
Would they be
of-
like writing for like universities or something? How would they survive? Would they be teachers? How would they do it?
Let's learn about Martin Heidegger. Let's
somebody
get to the
call-
bottom of
really
this
makes you
creep.
think. We gotta get you that, on that Ancestry 23andMe, maybe a sponsorship. My gosh.
Yeah.
Every week you find out a new person you're related to.
What can you do about that, though?
Nothing.
I have philosophies. I have points of view. I mean, it doesn't matter. But I do think there's like, even though you're not related. I mean, even though you're related to these people, you don't know them. I think there's this like, there is this like DNA lineage that connect you to everybody that you all your ancestors.
I have so many great ideas.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can we take another Zoomer? And we didn't do City today.
Oh my
How did
God.
this happen?
Tim, we
Wow.
gotta protect our
My God.
our culture and our.
Yeah.
Our culture.
We have to protect our culture and our race.
Our culture needs protected.
Everybody wants to do the 23andMe.
Whoa.
I hear that delay
Whoa.
to see if
Oh. Hey.
I'm Jewish.
Who's this? Who's
There
on
you go. I
our
kinda like
city
that
of the
delay,
day? Please, It's the city of the day. City of the day. We have a sponsor today.
Oh,
I'm still getting
something's going
feedback.
on. Why is there a check?
Yeah, Alec.
I think you're good, T.
Alec, you son of a bitch. Poor Alec. No.
I don't know if it's his fault. Was there somebody on Zoom?
Okay, listen.
Oh,
Don't
I
worry,
think he's being
doesn't
framed.
matter.
Alec comes back.
The die is sponsored
Doesn't
by.
work.
You get the balance right between the piano and everything else, for fuck's sake.
Oh, is that Elton?
Idiot.
Poor Elton. You know what I asked? I had band practice last night with a very good band. Vic couldn't make it. He had a bowling engagement with his son.
Ooh.
But we were the big news is we're going to be recording soon. We're going to record a record
Yay.
very soon. But I was talking to the gang, and I asked them point blank. I said, on our tour, I said, did I ever raise my voice?
Did you raise your voice?
Yeah. Did I raise my voice in anger?
Every night on the stage?
Well,
you did,
of course, but
in
I mean like
character.
interpersonally. And someone said, yes, you did. You did. And it was on stage, but we were having like a full monitor meltdown situation. You know, the monitors on stage. Full monitor meltdown situation. Things were fucking up so badly. And they said, yeah, we remember this one time you went over to the monitor guy who's just like left here. I go, fix it!
Oh, yeah.
And this was, of course, after
I know.
multiple
I remember
attempts of trying to get things working.
And this poor guy, he's been there he's a volunteer.
But am I on the bus?
A veteran. You know,
Am I the kind
Are
of
you
guy
getting
that's on
there?
the bus, like going to the drummer? The fuck is the matter with you? It's T T T
Right.
ta, not T T T. There's
you
none of that.
charge us for
That's
each
not
wrong
you.
note.
No, that sounds very
Oh, that's
reasonable.
Buddy
Buddy
Rich.
Hal, or
Buddy
yeah,
Rich.
Buddy Rich, yeah.
Are you saying you're getting there again right now?
Well, people know that I get hot-headed.
You did.
I'm
I
an
mean,
emotional guy.
it was- yeah.
I'm part Irish.
But you get stressed out during sound checks and everything. And yeah, it did feel, I remember that, being like, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, no one else
And
is
it was
doing
just
anything about it.
No, we're just, yeah, I know.
I would say fix it is a reasonable
Yeah, fix
request.
it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a demand.
I've
you know,
been on tour
considering-
with Tim. I've seen it, but I think you and I get frustrated with people with like incompetence. Like if that's their job
Yeah.
and it's like
Of course.
still not
Fix it.
working.
Fix it.
Why do you think I have so many issues with Alec this morning? No, I'm kidding, my love. I'm kidding, my love.
I still
do you
think
get- you give him a tissue here
Alec
at
is
least.
being framed. Right? You come back one time.
I know, he gets thrown in the deep end because
guy.
Matt's got to go down under.
Right.
For so long.
So
It's a
long.
really long time to be there.
Well, if you're going to go all that way, I get it. Listen, the City of the Day is sponsored by Chatnip.
Vic, you got to
Catnip.
play the song.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let's try that again.
Chatnip.
Oh,
Chatnip. Chatnip is the new strain of catnip that will make your cat chat. Now you can finally know the interesting things that you can. Oh boy.
That your
Now you-
cat. Sorry.
Yeah, this is a typo. This is not on me. Fix it.
One typo ever.
It's
Fix
supposed
it's gotta be
it's
the
supposed
new,
to say
drop,
get your chat
right?
talking.
All right, let me try it again.
I fixed it. Look, it's done.
Chatnip is the new strain of catnip that will make your cat chat.
Fuck.
Now you can finally know the interesting things that your cat is trying to tell you. Chatnip will make your cat speak in English. Phrases such as,
I just pretend to like you because you feed me.
and this,
I will eat your corpse if you die.
or this,
I love to murder birds for no fucking reason.
or even this.
Go clean the turds out of my shitbox, you 90-day fiance watching loser.
Wow.
So,
it's mean.
pick up some Chatnip today, now available without a prescription.
Fix it.
Chatnip. Get your cat talking, powered by Monsanto. By the way, Doug, this is catnip here. All right, let's find out who our city of the day is today.
Wow. That might be my favorite of Doug's jingles.
Do we have a city of the
I
day?
spent too much time on the jingle and not enough on the.
All right, Pete, you are
Grammar.
on.
And then Tim talked over the jingle. Anyway.
Oh, I didn't. Go ahead, play the jingle. This is a fucking.
It doesn't matter.
It's a Groundhog's Day scenario with this goddamn thing.
Hit it.
I like that. That's dark. It's got a dark
played
quality to it. Dark
You were complaining
brown
about my
tones.
jingles, so I mixed it up. I used
You
real
did?
guitar on that one.
Really?
Yeah.
You played it?
Played it.
Whoa.
Nice.
I could fake it till
All
I
right,
make
sorry.
it.
We got Pete.
All right.
Hi, Pete.
Pete, you are on.
Today is Hartford CT.
Hartford, Connecticut.
Yay.
You ever come to see me? I performed in Hartford. It's true.
I haven't yet.
Man, oh,
I
man.
blew it.
Anyone ever call it fart turd?
No, but that's true.
Do people from Amherst call it fart turd?
It's a big turd.
How's everything going there?
It snowed this morning. I wasn't expecting any snow.
Well, maybe next time you look at the weather. That's what the weather's for. That's what the weather apps are for. You get a heads up on that stuff.
I don't like that shit.
Is it still hot out there?
A pun, actually, if you want to hear it.
What's that?
A pun.
Oh, you like puns? Let's
Yeah.
go. Are you a fan of puns?
Heck yeah.
Your wordplay smith?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's a grand slam, honestly. So I was at a DJ set at the club the other night. This one guy is dancing like a maniac. He's going absolutely crazy. And then he knocks this other guy over onto the ground. And the guy on the ground is like, "What the fuck, man?" And the crazy guy's like, "Sorry, I'm loose and hopped up on speed."
Yay.
And the guy who got knocked down said, "It's okay, man. You're just a high decker."
Hey, high deck. That's
My
with
last name.
CK,
It's not a high degger. I guess you could say
everything comes full
a
circle.
a pot smoking graveyard attendant might be a high degger.
And then he said, "Hey, let's go get a bite to eat. How about a thick burger?"
Victory burger.
Thick
I
burger.
said thick burger.
I've got such a delicious pun, but I believe I'm going to be saving it for my stand-up routine. I'm not going to be giving it away on this show.
Yeah.
Can't
Save
just
it-
give it away like that.
Save it for the ticketed people.
Yeah. Well, people pay money for this show. A few people.
Okay. Well,
So.
save it for the
But I think in the
road.
context of my character, it's going to work better than me just blurting it out.
Sure. Wow.
Okay, so we did City of the Day. Thank God. Thank you for calling in.
Peace and love.
Peace and love, peace. And by the way, rest in peace to the great Jeff Beck. I don't know if you're familiar with Jeff Beck. No. Okay.
Hey, he's right there with Jordan Peterson. For
No.
me. oh.
Jordan Peterson's dead now.
What the hell are we gonna do without men?
You know what?
No, and just in terms of her awareness.
Multiple
I know.
orgasms.
No, just
Um,
no, but all right.
Jeff Beck, great classic, original British invasion rock and roller, totally pioneering player.
I don't know if I can name a song he's on,
No.
to be honest with you.
No,
I don't think I
can't.
can. I don't think I can. Is he on
He's on the
Heart of
Yardbirds.
Soul, the Yardbirds?
He was a Yardbird.
Bex Bolero? You don't know Bex Bolero?
No.
Oh, play that.
Is that George Martin
We'll get
produced it,
Sting.
right? Is that the...
No. Well, I don't know. Anyway, he died suddenly. And folks, as a 46-year-old man, soon to be 47, not very far away, here's the truth. These people are going to start dropping
Right.
every day, all like flies.
Yeah.
Like fucking dead flies.
More than usual.
Bye-bye.
It's just sad. It's like there's going to be a day when Paul dies. There's going to be a day when
John.
Ring dies. There's going to be a day when Keith dies and Mick. And we're going to, if something bad, maybe something bad will happen to me. I don't have to go through that.
I actually don't have that much.
Would you
problem
rather
with that.
die before you find out that Brian Wilson has passed away?
This is something I thought about before. Like, there's only a few like celebs that I would cry when they die, and
You don't know how you're going to react.
no,
but what you're predicting.
Bowie was the only one I've ever cried about. Like, I did not expect that at all.
Because it was a very sudden.
Yeah, and I didn't realize how much like I loved him, And but Brian, he's getting up there, and I don't know. He's always forced out on tour and everything.
Yeah, he's working his body
So
hard.
maybe it's like put him out of his misery situation where so he doesn't have to keep touring, kind of thing. I don't know. I just feel bad for the guy. Is that mean to say? Does that mean?
I think you should be.
Let
coming
him
from empathy.
chill out.
I think there's an argument to be
what I mean?
made of some like elder abuse going on there.
Oh,
I don't know.
100%. I mean, many
Not
people have said
accusing anyone of anything, but
Just a guess. Just a
Right.
bold guess.
So let's euthanize Brian to help him out. All right.
so
Well, we talked about death. We talked about.
what about birth?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that
we
weird
haven't
how that
gotten
happens?
there. You know what? This
Nope.
next caller is going to be full circle. Just like Heidegger was
Yeah.
a full circle.
Yeah.
That's
Do we
the
have a
beauty of
caller?
life.
Do we have a Zoomer that wants to talk about their own birth?
And how they remember it vividly. You know, some people do. After like
Some
a
people
nice
remember
trip.
their birth.
Some
My
people-
memory goes
or
back
they
about 3
claim,
weeks
you
ago.
know.
What's your earliest memory?
Oh gosh, not till later.
Oh, really?
No Taiwan?
Like 5. Yeah, I
Well,
think
Taiwan, when did you move from Taiwan?
when I was like 3 months old.
So you don't remember any of that?
Yeah, yeah.
Were your parents living, what were they doing in Taiwan?
My mom is Taiwanese, my dad is Japanese. So my mom flew to Taiwan to give birth to me because my uncle, her brother, pulled me out of her. He's an OBGYN.
Okay, he's not just some random uncle.
She was like, I
He's not
gotta
some
go there.
creepy uncle
Family
that
friend.
gets
Pulled you out.
pleasure.
Uncle,
No.
No, he just has really strong forearms.
Oh my God.
And no, so
Fucking, damn it, Vic, you beat me right to
they
it.
were like, it's gotta be him. No, but my family loves a discount, you know, and so they were like, it's gotta be. But my uncle, it's just so wild to see, to have it. Anyway, I'm still shy around this uncle. You know, he
yeah.
just saw so much of me, and so fast, and her too. But that's their thing to figure out, you know, brother,
Yeah.
sister.
Ooh, yeah.
Have you considered are you gonna have kids? Like he could deliver, your child.
It's just full circle. I love full
That,
circles.
right?
I
Wouldn't
love
that be
Lion
cool?
King.
Yeah.
But no, because and I'm not gonna have any kids. Actually,
This is a choice.
yeah, no kids.
Wow.
Do you mind me asking?
I knew in my 20s.
You know.
I just knew. Oh, why? Well,
I didn't say why.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh yeah. You said,
You said, do you mind me
You
asking?
said, can I ask
you
Can I
why.
ask
You
you?
didn't quite
Can I
say
ask
it.
you?
We know why.
I mean,
What's
I
your
don't know
favorite
if I'm
color?
supposed to ask how old people are. I really don't.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I'm 32.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So,
yeah,
and what's your husband's name?
Ryan.
Ryan's okay with all this? He's on the same page?
Yeah, we're
It's not
both.
going to become an issue.
No, we both just know ourselves. Listen, I don't know who Jordan Peterson is. I was late to coming here, and I said I would be dead in a ditch somewhere if it weren't for my husband
Yeah.
coming with me on tour.
He did not come with you here? He's not in the other room?
No, this show was too early.
You guys are
Early
night
for our
owls.
taste. Yeah, so all these things I'm describing already sounds like not good for parenting. It's
true.
And so I can't keep basil plants alive. We tried to have a dog. We returned it after a month. Come on, I mean, and that's a vulnerable thing to say. I would say. Bold statement, but the dog's with a happier, good family now. But we just.
I'm dying for my dog to transition.
Into human.
The dog.
No.
Into.
We have a lot of hardwood
It's gonna
floors,
cross
and
over.
this is the sound I hear all day.
Yeah, nobody told me that
Nobody told me there'd be days like these.
that they just tap, 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 tip, tap, tip, tap.
Yeah.
Nobody told me all my stuff would be wet all the time.
My poor dog, I love her, Molly. Nobody told me your stuff would be wet all the time?
Yeah, like once you have a dog, nobody told me they poo so much, like more than the body weight.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like every single
Wet
time.
shits everywhere.
all the I didn't know. Like these are the things you should research and know before you have a dog, but we didn't care to do it because we thought, oh, you just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah.
Are you a cat lady? Cat girl?
Cat girl.
Yeah, you into cats?
I like the idea of them, but I don't, I don't think about them.
So no animals at all. You don't really.
I love
animals.
dogs. I just know
Oh yeah. Okay.
you have to know what you're good at. And I know I'm not good at taking care of things. That's not fair for the dog.
Yeah.
I was like,
I just
oh.
pretend to like you because you feed me.
My dog passes rubber gloves. He eats rubber gloves.
My poor dog, Molly,
Molly.
has lost her hearing
Oh,
for the
okay.
most part.
Word.
I mean, I don't think but she's very hard of hearing. And so in the morning, I'll get up to let her out. And oftentimes she's just like facing away from me. She's like standing. And I'm like trying to get her attention. And she's just like oblivious to the world.
Oh my gosh.
What is that?
Well, that could be good too, you know.
Are you getting, let me radically change the subject here. Are you getting roped into any of this Prince Harry shit? You staying out of that?
Which thing?
I don't know,
feel
the
like
show,
so much,
the book.
Yeah. No, I mean, I kind of was like, when they left the royalty, I was like, good for them. Anything else I need to keep up with?
Nothing.
No. Why? I didn't know they're going to be celebrities now too. It's like,
What are you celebrities for?
I just thought you left and that's good.
Yeah,
I
have
love a
some
triumphant
private time.
story.
I got roped into watching that over the break, this reality show. And I
So
don't know
what's
what
the
I was thinking.
continuation? Are they wanting
I
to
mean,
be
he's-
actors again or?
I don't know what they want to do. It seems like this seems like a very boring couple of people. You know?
I mean, sure,
They're just
yeah.
like so much of it is them just kind of walking in these fields and like taking pictures, and they're these like, I guess they're millennials. I don't know how old they are.
Sure, right,
But
yes.
there's a lot. It seems that they're very like filming everything they do type of people. Like they walk onto some beach in Big Sur, and it's just like, wow, look at this. Look, it's all their footage. Look at this. Hey, we're here. We're right here. Look at that big rock.
Yes. Which is just like anybody's footage of anything.
Yeah, it's very boring.
It just happens
But can you
to
play
be-
so he also put out a book, and this clip came. Holy cow, this is strange.
My penis was oscillating between.
Oh wait, sorry to get
what?
You buried the lead.
Oh, there's
The last. My penis was oscillating between extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized. The last place I wanted to be was Frostnipistan. I'd been trying some home remedies, including one recommended by a friend. She'd urged me to apply Elizabeth Arden cream. My mum used that on her lips. You want me to put that on my todger? It works, Harry. Trust me. I found a tube, and the minute I opened it, the smell transported me through time. I felt as if my mother was right there in the room. Then I took a smidge and applied it down there. My
What?
penis
Hold
was
on.
oscillating between extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized.
Yeah. Me too.
Wow, what in the?
No, I thought that was a sound that Doug created, and then I
AI,
saw that.
No.
And
why,
then the
why did he
image
put
popped
cream
up.
on his todger?
And why did he tell us about it?
I thought y'all created
I mean, it's
that.
a context.
What's going on?
I don't know.
I don't like it.
Rubbing cream.
Wait,
on my
did you read the
penis
whole book, or
reminded
did
me
you
of
just
my
pick
mother.
that section out of context?
No, that's
That's the whole book.
That's
If you download the audiobook, that's all you get.
That's the thing, man.
one word each page.
That's the thing, man. Some people just like come into the limelight, but like we don't need to know like everything, you know. It's just because it was like the royal thing, you know, and so you leave. But it's like I don't need to see every tree that you saw,
No.
every clam that
No.
you walked over on the beach.
Apparently, he was saying that he thinks he was conceived to be used as spare organs for William the older one. That's something he said. It's not me goofing.
That's okay. That's the funniest thing I've heard him say. That's pretty funny. That's good. Like if he were to do stand up, I'd be like, oh, you
Yeah.
start with that. If I were a teacher or
They
two
just
in
don't
this
seem
world.
like all due respect and peace and love, but just that I don't have like a dinner party with them. It seemed like it would be a drag. It seemed like it would be like not. It would be a boring evening.
I just think like if I were to run away from the royals and it's like I went through all that abuse, I'd be like, oh, like that's the height of my life.
Yeah.
I've escaped. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh shoot! Now I have a deal with Netflix
I gotta
too.
make a
You
reality
know what I mean?
show. I gotta write a book.
I get it. She was an actor, so maybe she
Yeah.
wants to.
I have no
get back
ill will
in it.
towards these people. I think that what,
Ill
from
will?
what
Ill will.
Ill Prince Will.
I have no ill will. I have no ill will, and I wish everyone the best. But I'm just saying personally, my reaction to it is I don't find it very interesting. I'm sorry. Okay.
Hey.
Sorry, I feel that way.
Hey, but I will go home and finish that audio clip because now you started it.
Hey, it's selling very well, this book. Let's take another Zoomer if you can. If you got somebody in mind, Alec. I know someone's got something pressing or something.
We'll see tonight the stress factor. All right. Mr. Mr. Social, I'm gonna unmute you.
Mr. Social. Hello, Mr. Social. How you doing? In honor of Jeff
There we
Beck,
go.
I'm going to speak this way.
Hey guys,
Hi,
how's
Mr.
it going?
Social.
Hello everyone except for Doug.
Ouch! We got a shots fired bone to pick?
Uh-oh.
I've got a bone to pick with you, Doug.
Uh-oh.
I got a light beef with you, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna come in a little hot. So I
love this.
I was messaging a couple people that I respect to see if they would come on my podcast. And I was surprised that you actually messaged me back. This was back in October.
I think I remember this.
And
I think I remember this. I do feel bad about this. I fucked up.
oh, really? So,
accountability,
you know,
Doug.
he says to get back to him in a few weeks, and I do. And he doesn't respond, which is fine. I'm not going to bug the guy. I know he's a busy guy, you know? So a couple more weeks, I try again. I say, hey, Doug, you still want to do this? And he says, I'm all booked up on podcasts this year.
Ouch!
Dang.
Oh, damn.
It was like a dagger in my heart. You made me look like a fool in front of my
Who do you
peers.
think you are, Jordan Peter? Who do you think you are? Fucking Jerry Seinfeld?
He big shotted me.
That sucks.
Which it's fine, Doug. I know you're a busy guy. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I'm sorry.
Well, I got a
Hey,
bone
you
to
know
pick
what
with
else?
you. I got a bone to
called?
I got a
You
bone to pick with you.
You want to pick a bone with? You want to pick a bone
Why
with
don't you
me?
plug it
I
right now, and
saw-
at least you could get some, you know.
I heard that you were
Free
complaining.
advertisement.
Matt told me you were complaining about, or somebody told me you were complaining about the amount of content we provide for the Patreon.
Oh. I was just trying to stir the pot a little bit, you know. It was a little
sometimes
barren
the pot
last
don't
month.
need to be stirred. Sometimes it's just right.
Dang, so that's 2 pots
Maybe I
stirred?
just put a little pinch of cayenne in the pot, you know.
I would love to do
Keep it a
more.
little
and I-
spicy.
and we're working on that. I promise for you for the new year, we're going to have everybody's going to be piling on with wonderful ideas.
Well, I appreciate you guys.
I appreciate you.
And I did want to add on to add insult to injury. Brendan Walsh did the same thing to me.
Oh my god.
Who did?
Brendan Walsh.
Brendan Walsh.
Oh, well, he's got no excuse.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But thanks for appearing on
He
Office Hours.
ghosted me.
All right, what's your
What
podcast
is
called?
why don't you promote your
Okay.
podcast here, Mr. Social
All right,
Podcast?
here's the plug. Here's the plug. It's called Big Pesci Island Vibes. And it's real foolish. It's a lot of foolishness. So it's silly.
Well, we'll
Enjoy.
like it. We would like it, right?
I think you think you might like it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll
Yeah.
check it out. Is it on podcast?
Well, thank you
apps?
very much.
Where's it on
You
podcast
can
apps?
find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the platforms. Big Pesci Island Vibes.
Big Pesci Island
Yay.
Fix it.
Yes.
I like it, man.
Thanks,
Is it just
guys.
you, or is it you and your friend, or?
It's me and a pal, and we'll have some guests on from time to time.
Great. Not
Love
Doug,
it.
of course.
But
Except for Doug.
You know, I think at that time, you know, I do a few podcasts, and if I did your podcast, this podcast might suffer because I'm,
Yeah.
you know,
it's podcast.
my podcast energy would be going towards, you know, fully giving it 100% on Joe Pesci Island Vibes.
I understand. Yeah.
Doug, you don't need to.
I would hate to drain any of your.
Yeah, so this
any
would
of your
suffer
nectar.
if I, you know, so I couldn't do that to Big T.
Well, listen, I'm glad we've got
I
some
understand.
closure on this particular issue,
Yeah.
Mr. Social.
Hey, I feel better. I mean, we're all healing. So thank you guys.
Let's enjoy life.
Thank you. Goodbye.
The first time I
Goodbye.
heard of you, and I'm sure, I don't know, I would like you to talk about this, whether or not where we are in your career as this fucking thing. I'm gonna lose it with you.
I know. I need to
Fix it.
The mic.
fix it. Yeah.
He has every week.
Tim's
He's got
got-
new.
Vic's got baseballs
It's hard.
and, like-
He's got a dog. There's a coffee.
There's a dog.
There's
You
a
can-
chip
There's a lot
bag.
of
Oh, it's
shit going on.
He's like
Reese's.
carrot
butter
top
eggs.
There's a lot
back
of
there.
shit going on here.
There's a hat. There's a newspaper.
know.
Are you reading the news?
Unbelievable.
Are you reading the news?
He's got the AAA.
I thought
Yeah. Are you reading the news?
Are you interested in Western PA's AAA?
Would you go under the
updates?
table
course.
for a few minutes, please?
There's a lot of things you're working with. Of course, the
Wow,
mic is
I
gonna
know.
fall. And there's a dog. I just realized there's a
I was
dog.
thinking a headset mic. I was thinking a headset mic, because then that shit won't happen.
Yeah, that always looks
puppy.
good.
Yeah.
Gonna do a TED talk back there. Yeah. No, I remember seeing you pop up because you were doing a set.
Oh, yes.
And I'm sorry to ask you a question that maybe you're sick of talking about.
No, I'm not.
It's got to be fascinating. You were doing a set. We're in Pasadena.
At the Ice House.
Crinkle Man.
I think, you get hungry. It's right before lunchtime.
Believe me, I'm starving.
It adds to it's like the chaos that I felt when an earthquake hit while I was doing
You were
a
doing an
set.
earth. Yes, you got right to it.
Yeah.
So you're up on stage and you feel it.
Oh, I'm just trying to. I was
Please.
trying to feel out the audience. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what that? So you feel this? You feel the quake.
Oh yes.
Everybody
the quake
felt
is
the
what
quake.
I felt. 7.1 magnitude.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Room doing this?
Yeah. Yes. In the footage of it, you could see that the room is sort of teetering back and forth too. Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
It was intense. Everyone was screaming.
So this, let me just ask you this, like that video goes up and do you credit in a way that for raising your, whatever, your people,
Right.
a lot more people saw you just because of that, right?
For sure, yeah.
Like where were you at in your career in your mind pre-earthquake? Because I want to start paying some respect to this earthquake.
Yeah, for sure. This earthquake, there was
The
an
Lord himself made mountains move.
What earthquake was it?
that
Ira?
fault line,
Yeah, they should name those.
I know. There's too many. There's too many that happen, I think, every day. But I have been doing stand-up for like maybe 13 years now. There was like a break I took where I was like, oh, I don't know, you're afraid, you self-doubt, you go, I should try to, have a backup plan. So I went to art school, like that's a backup plan. And, but that I double majored, creative writing and film video. And so for 3 years, I really couldn't be doing shows. It was double majoring.
Where was this at?
In Santa Clarita at Cal Arts.
Great school.
Yeah, but once you're in Santa Clarita, I don't know if you've seen Santa Clarita Diet, but it's the suburbs, you just never leave. It's like LA feels far away.
Super far away, yeah.
Yeah.
You can go to Six Flags Magic Mountain.
You can go to Six Flags.
I was in Santa Clarita yesterday because I typed in, I was trying to go to the mall that was near me and I zoned out and I put in the wrong mall.
Oh my God.
You went what? And you got that far?
And I was just like, fuck,
just
I got halfway there. I was like, I'll just go with it. And I was in Santa Clarita and I got my new wedding ring. I got because I lost a little weight, so I had to get a new one. This was $20.
Hey,
so.
good.
Wait, what? Wait.
Well, you would have known if I said
Time out. Do you have, how many questions do you have? I got 10.
I got a lot.
Go ahead.
I'm still thinking about the newspaper.
Oh, yeah, I put it away. So.
Okay, question one.
Go ahead.
Can't you just resize the...
No, because I got titanium, and it was too big, and if you got it smaller, you can't because it's a metal that you can't size.
Okay, your turn.
Feels like that's something maybe your wife should do.
That's a good point, but Anne says she doesn't care like what I wear on my hand.
Oh.
She doesn't care.
Now that one,
and this is good because like
looks a little big.
For real?
Yeah.
I think you need to go back to Santa Clarita.
I might have
You
to
need
go
to get back on that 5 freeway to North to Cal.
I'm just shrinking.
Now, where do you get a $20?
Yeah, where'd you get
What's
the
that made out
$20
of
ring
that is-
from?
From a lady in
Pawn
the mall,
shop?
a lady hanging out in the mall as you walk by. I went to every jewelry store in there. Nobody had anything good, or they had stuff that was like $5,000. I'm not gonna buy a.
Would you buy?
I don't know, like nobody cares.
Let me ask you this:
Yeah.
Would you sell me that ring for $40?
No, because it's my wedding band, so I can't. It's too.
What about $100?
I will tell you what I did though. I bought another one. Maybe I'll wear it next week. Just I can swap them in and out depending on what I'm wearing and how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling cool and edgy, I will put on this snake ring that I got yesterday.
Ooh, hell yeah!
A $20 ring. So we'll see.
Also from a kiosk.
Yeah. Yes, from the same lady, and she
Yeah.
was so happy because I was her only sale of the day, and it was $3.30.
Ooh,
At least she got the $40. You know?
All right,
that's Santa Clarita struggle.
Yeah. Oh, she was pissed.
But just to wrap this up with the earthquake, you're doing stand up, you're doing local shows. If this happens, the video goes out.
Right.
Would you consider it that it went viral? Would you put those terms around it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, so before that, like things were sort of picking up, and then the earthquake hit, and it's so silly because I think everyone is like this. You know, every part in your career, there's waves depending on what, you know. Some people might know you from this one show. Some people know you from the podcast, you know, or so it's like it was this cool thing where it's like, you just kind of have to like be open to so many things, you know.
Yeah.
And the earthquake, it's not like it's something I said yes to, but they happened to be filming it, you know.
Sure.
And I was like, well, shoot, I think it's a funny clip, so I posted it.
Yeah, I mean, when does that ever happen? I would watch that shit all the time. If there's like an earthquake at a baseball game, I'm watching that video. I'm watching all kinds of shit like that.
Right.
Because I just want to see how things are happening in real time and how people react to things like that. It's drama. It's real life drama.
Yeah, it's like a film. We're going to Sundance, baby. You know,
Yeah.
I looked at the footage and I was like, God.
It'd be funny to try to string that into a whole movie.
It's just my 20-minute entire set.
Yeah,
but
it's like interviews with people there, and it's interviews with people there. It's a lot of like preamble about what earthquakes are.
Yes.
It's a lot of like
Earthquake,
just
what is
filler.
it? Yeah.
And then you keep reusing that footage over. And
Yes.
Yes. That would be a funny movie as like a parody of like, you know, a Netflix documentary or something.
For sure. Well, I think if I can use this conversation in the feature too.
Yes.
Because
Definitely.
I need filler. So yeah.
I mean, that
was at least 2 minutes.
We can get into meta layers of this is where the idea for the film came from.
Yeah. Maybe a lot of like stock footage of different earthquakes to start. Yes, that's what.
And then you're like at the end of this, you're like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, and I
The
come
hell was
out.
that documentary? I think it just boiled down to there was an earthquake while she was doing stand-up comedy, and no one really got hurt.
Did I ever send you that Elvis documentary where? was that AC/DC?
Shook me all night long.
Yeah. No, this guy, his mom had this like old Super 8 footage of Elvis, and she just shot it when she was a kid or whatever.
Oh, cool.
But it was the first color footage.
Yeah, I know. You did send me. Yeah. This is the funny. Let's talk about that after the break.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that after the break. It's so
Wow.
funny. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me earlier in the show. I appreciate the opportunity to speak that way on this show. It's one of the great benefits I have of doing this show is to be able to speak my mind.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you. And if you don't mind sticking around, I'd love to have you for the second half.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you, Tim.
If you'd like to join the Patreons, patreon.com/officeHoursLive. If you want to see me and you live overseas in UK and Sweden and the Scandinavian regions, Ireland, Scotland, we're going to be there coming soon. It's almost 2 months away. And it's timheidecker.com/live. We got no more bullshit. We got a very good band. And thanks everyone for loving and supporting On Cinema, highnetwork.tv. The whole season's up there now. Early progress being made on the Oscar special coming up in 2 months as well. Maron, are you going to be involved in that there, Alec? You better be. All right, we'll be back in 5. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.